And no cap, it feels like AI is accelerating faster this week than it did all last year. All right. Um, you're not imagining it, right? Over the last 24 to 48 hours, the biggest players in tech have made massive moves that clearly show that one thing, right? AI is no longer a feature, it's the strategy. Okay. Let's start with OpenAI because that's where a lot of the noise is coming from right now, to be honest. Okay. OpenAI leadership has been unusually vocal this week about speed and pressure. CEO Sam Altman has openly acknowledged that the race is no longer theoretical. In internal conversations that leak into press, right? Altman admitted that competition, especially from Google, has forced OpenAI to move faster than planned, right? Which could be a good or a bad thing, right? Because are you rushing or not? His message was clear though. This is no longer about slow, careful rollouts, right? It's about winning real world usage. Okay. The more people on it, they don't care how fast they got to be put out, right? What's important isn't just that OpenAI is shipping faster, is what they're optimizing for, right? Recent updates to ChatGPT and their underlying models are heavily focused on practical work, right? Long form reasoning, multi-step planning, code reliability, data analysis, agent style behavior. I've even seen a new update for images, right? That's not an accident. OpenAI is positioning itself as the default operating layer for knowledge work. Okay. Now, at the same time, Google is pushing just as aggressively. Okay. Google CEO Sundar Pichai made waves this week by reinforcing that Gemini is not just another chatbot, right? It's being embedded across Google Search, Workspace, Android, and cloud services, right? Pattai's framing was subtle but powerful. AI isn't something you open; it's something that disappears into the workflow, right? In other words, Google's bet is that AI wins by becoming essentially invisible, right? It's your invisible partner. Um, and that matters because when AI becomes invisible, it literally becomes unavoidable. Like you going to use it, right? Meanwhile, Demis Hassabis, CEO of DeepMind, doubled down on the idea that reasoning and planning are the next battlegrounds. Its recent comments emphasize that the future of AI isn't about clever responses, right? It's about systems that can think through problems over time. That tells you where this is going, right? Fewer novelty tools, more autonomous decision makers who can do things without you, right? Now, let's talk about Microsoft because they're playing a different but equally important role, right? CEO Satya Nadella has been consistent in one message. AI only matters if it drives productivity, right? Now, over the last couple of days, Microsoft has been highlighting how Copilot is being used inside real companies, drafting emails, summarizing meetings, automating reports, and reducing manual work, right? Nadella's stance is clear. AI that doesn't save time doesn't scale, period. All right. That thing, time saved, is coming up everywhere, right? Jason Wong, CEO of NVIDIA, also made headlines recently by reminding investors and developers that none of this AI progress happens without massive compute. His message wasn't hype, it was a warning, right? Demand for AI chips is still outpacing supply, okay? And companies that want to deploy AI at scale need to think about infrastructure early, right? Infrastructure, sorry. Translation: the AI economy is real, it's physical, and it's expensive, okay? Now, let's shift over to Meta because Mark Zuckerberg has been unusually transparent about Meta's AI ambitions. Right over the past day, Meta has continued rolling out AI assistants across Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook, pushing the idea that AI should live inside conversations, not separate apps. Right. Zuck's angle is social AI. Right, Zuck's made up a nickname because I know the man personally. AI that talks, responds, and assists in real time where people already are, right? Now, that's not just a consumer play, it's a signal that conversational AI is becoming the primary interface, right? And this is where things start to connect. Across OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and NVIDIA, there is a shared message emerging. AI must work in real workflows. AI must respond instantly. AI must reduce human effort. And AI must integrate, not distract, right? Which brings us to the viral conversation happening amongst entrepreneurs right now. All right. Over the last day or so, there's been a noticeable shift in online discussions. Okay. Business owners aren't asking what is AI anymore. They're asking, how do I actually use this without breaking my business or losing their minds or their sanity, right? And that question is deeply personal. It's one I have for myself as well, right? Okay, so if AI feels overwhelming to you right now, that's not a failure. Okay, realize that it's the natural response to an industry moving at the speed that AI is moving at, right? I felt that same confusion. Okay, too many tools, too many opinions, no clear path to implementation, right? All of that. I'm with you, right? What changed everything for me was finding a system that turned AI from interesting into operational, right? And for me, that system is GoHighLevel. It's what I use to build AI employees inside my businesses, um, employees that answer calls for me, respond to my messages, book my appointments, follow up automatically, set my calendars, all of that, right? If you want to experience that without figuring it out alone, the link in the description gives you a free 30-day trial plus access to live coaches who walk you through setup step by step, which is something that a lot of platforms don't have, right? It's not a set it and forget it. You have to learn it, and you have help. Now, here's the bigger takeaway from today's news. All right. The winners in this AI era will not be the companies with the smartest models. They'll be the companies with the best systems, systems that catch leads instantly, right? Systems that respond faster than humans can, right? Systems that never forget to follow up, systems that free owners, right, from being glued to their phones. Okay. AI is quietly redefining what professional means and what it looks like. Okay. Fast responses used to be impressive. Now they are expected. Okay. Automation used to feel optional. Now it's survival. All right. And while CEOs debate models and investors and debate infrastructure, everyday businesses are faced with a simple choice: adapt now or compete later at a disadvantage. Right. Now, AI is not here to replace your ambition, your creativity, your staff, or your leadership. I don't. I just believe that it's here to remove the friction that's been stealing from your time for years. All right. Now, if this breakdown helped you make sense of what's actually happening in AI right now, please subscribe and share this with somebody who's trying to keep up. All right. Comment the AI topic, company, or trend you want me to break down or talk about in future episodes. And when you're ready to turn AI news into real automation, click that link in the description below and try the exact system that I use for free for 30 days. All right. Peace, y'all.